Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Anya and in today's video I am going to be sharing with you the products I want to play with for September. As you can see, the drawer is very full. I did not take a lot of products out after August because I haven't used a lot of these, but I am also really enjoying the stuff I have used, and I have a couple of products in the base products category that I am testing whether or not I want to declutter or not. And with eyeshadows, I'm falling back on old favourites and doing the same look over and over again when I'm doing makeup because I want something quick and easy and something that I know is going to look good. So I haven't experimented much with the colours in the palettes that I've yet to use, which are for the most part darker colours that I don't reach for all that often. But I have a couple of items that I want to add into this month's project because I have a vision of the makeup I want to play with for this month, and for eye makeup particularly it's warm tones, and I have a couple of warm tones in these palettes and I have some like neutral and some slightly cooler ones. I also have a bunch of different like colourful colours for the most part in this palette. I'm actually going to take it out and show you. So in my singles palette I have these shades. Most of these round pans are Colourpop except for this one is Sydney Grace, and so is that. This is NYX. These three down here are Clear No Multichromes. That's from BH Cosmetics. Sydney Grace, NYX, more BH Cosmetics. These are sort of more colourful and some reds and greens and purples. I'm going to keep them. I'm going to play with them and I really like them. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show the shift in the multichromes in these lights. Probably not. I'm going to swatch them and then maybe you can see. I'm going to swatch them in my hand because you're most likely going to be able to tell that there is a difference in light tone in there. This green one I think is the easiest one to see. You can see it has a blue and then it's like a lime yellowy green. That was a hat swatch by me. Yeah, you probably can't tell that well. These are multichromes. They are really shiny and really pretty on the eyes. And I can't wait to play with them. I'm going to be sparkling for days, so I'm going to keep that in here with those shades to play with. With these ones, these are Colourpop palettes. This is Midnight Masquerade, and I have used the top row, which are the lightest, more wearable shades. And I have a couple of warmer, like reds and browns and purples. I don't use these glitter shades in here. I don't like them near my eyes, so I have a lot of warm tones in this palette that I can reach for. Misunderstood is the one I am struggling the most with because I'm left with these shades down here which are very dark. They're shiny, which is pretty, and then a couple of the shades in the middle row. I used all of the ones in the top row. This Diablo shade is probably the prettiest like chartreuse lime green I have ever seen, especially paired with Facile. That is the colours that was on my eyes. I can't speak today. Were on my eyes. I don't know English. In my August empties, but they're just really pretty, and I really enjoyed that because they are really nice and shiny. So I have a lot of deeper colours and I have a lot of eyeshadows to wear. This Element of Surprise is fairly neutral minus the two shades in the middle. I'm gonna struggle using that pink because I never wear pink eyeshadow. And then I have a Cool Tone Quad from Tanya Burr. I like this. This gives me a very easy look using all of these four shades, and it's very pretty. I have these two Hourglass shades. These are the Scattered Lights. I have Molten, which is a purple plum colour, and then Ray, which is a brown. These are really pretty and sparkly. I have two Colourpop Super Shocks. I have Kathleen Lights, which is a copper. It is one of my favourite eyeshadows of all time. And then I have Melrose, which is a really nice red, orange, darker brown. I love pairing these two together. I have these two shades from NYX from an advent calendar. I have this shimmery light brown in Sweet Tooth. I used this last month and I was a bit underwhelmed. This is not as shiny on the eyes as it is when swatched, and it's really nice and glittery. I'm not sure if the light is going to pick that up. It's really pretty and glittery. That did not translate onto the eyes. And then I have Whipped Mekka, which is this really pretty warm brown. I love shades like this, as you are going to see, because I'm adding in eyeshadows. I want to play with my Sonny Kashuk palette. This I bought in Florida in 2015. It is old. I've hit pan on this shade and that shade, and I want to see if this is a palette I want to keep. I used to reach for this a lot before when I was more into matte shadows. I am not that into matte shadows anymore, especially not an all matte palette. So I want to see if this is something I'm going to keep or not. And then I have this palette. This is a palette of singles, and I am 100% aware that these all look the exact same. They're not all the exact same, they have some like variety between them, but these are the kind of colours that I really want to play with this month and want to reach for. So I brought out the majority of the colours I have in this sort of colour family. The names of all of the shadows will be linked in the description box below, and the way they're linked for this palette particularly is starting there and moving that way. So the top 4 shades, then the next 4, and then the bottom 4. I can tell you already that is a NYX shade. That is from BH Cosmetics, and so is this one. This one and that one are Sydney Grace, and the rest are Colourpop. I really like the Colourpop formulation, and I can't wait to play with that. As for everything else, I have these 4 Foil Me shadows from Mekka. They are cream shadows. I have Hot Magnet, which is a orangey red. Rebel is a really pretty mid-tone, super shiny brown. Obey is a gold. I have issues wearing this because it is very flaky, but it's so shiny and pretty on the eyes, and I find it difficult to place that shade only on the inner corner without getting it absolutely everywhere because it is a bit more flaky than the other ones. And then I have Foxy, which is a bit more of a cool tone brown. Mekka Eyeshadow Magnet is my primer in here, one of my favourites. I also have the NYX eyeshadow base in white for if I want to do more colourful looks, and I'm also testing this because I'm unsure if this is something I'm going to keep and use. It worked really well as a base for these greens, but I'm not sure how often I'm going to reach for that over just a white eyeliner that I have. I'm not going to take you through absolutely everything in here. In here I have my brow pencils, eyeliners, lip liners. I have a couple of these Stila eye toppers and my mascaras. To that one I'm adding 2 mascaras. I finished my Tarte one in August. And I want to try this Jan Thomas 3D Length mascara. This is in brown, dark brown. I tested this today and I can already tell I'm not gonna love it. It didn't give me much length, but the thing I need mascaras to do is hold a curl, and this did not. I'm gonna see if this works being layered with other mascaras, or if it's one I'm going to use for my lower lash line, but chances are this is not going to stay. I might declutter that by the end of the month. I've just come to the point where I'm not going to keep mascaras that don't work anymore. They're too much work. And then I'm also going to play with the Maybelline Lash Sensational. This was a Christmas gift from my sister a couple of years ago. I haven't opened it yet, so I don't know. I used to love Maybelline mascaras. They were my only ones that I used to reach for many years ago. But I want to use this, see how I feel, and it's not cruelty free, so I do want to get it out of my stash eventually. So I thought, why not try at the moment. I have the Essence Lash Princess in here that I use and love. I have the waterproof version. It holds a curl, it looks great, so I'm going to keep that. For base products, I'm adding a primer. I'm adding the NYX Hydratouch. In here I have the Fenty Pro Filter, and I have this Cover FX illuminating one. I have been dealing with a lot of dry skin recently. This is like a thin like lotion almost, like a gel moisturizer. I just want to see if this is going to help with that, because if it is, I'm going to use it. I don't really think it's like the best primer, but if it works for what I'm dealing with at the moment, I'm going to keep it. I have a white mixer at the bottom here that always stays because I am very pale and most foundations are too dark. For my concealers, I have Tarte Shape Tape, Rimmel Wake Me Up, and Isadora Cover Up. Tarte Shape Tape is my favourite. I have the shade Fair. It is my perfect shade match. Rimmel Wake Me Up is way too dark, but I like the glow, and the Isadora one is also a bit too dark. I'm currently mixing the 3 of them because I want to finish the Rimmel and the Isadora, because they are both getting quite old and they are not favourites. I want to use them up. I have my green colour corrector from Mekka. I love it. Underneath here is Urban Decay Chill. I don't have the best luck with Urban Decay setting sprays. I don't like them. The All Nighter setting spray does not work on me. I have tried it 2 times, given it away both. Chill worked better. I'm not going to say that it's super like chilling going on, which is, it's like supposed to be cooling going on, but it did not make my makeup look worse, so I don't mind using it, so I'm going to keep using it. Smashbox Primer Water I am almost out of. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it in September, but I'm hoping to be done with it by October, or by Halloween I should say, by the end of October. And then for the foundations, I have Fenty Pro Filt'r in here because I want to film a review of the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. If everything goes to plan and I'm going to try really hard this month, that should go up in 2 weeks or something like that. I don't love it, it's a bit too matte for me, but the colour works really well. I wear the shade 100. Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation is way too dark, and I have it in here because I'm mixing it with this Maybelline Fit Me in 110. This is a decent shade for me, but it is a little bit too yellow, but this is also too matte for me at the moment. It's too drying on my skin, so I can't wear this alone. The Rimmel Wake Me Up doesn't have enough coverage for me, so I tend to mix these two together and then a white mixer, and that gives me a wearable shade, but it's a lot of work. So I want to see this month if that is something I want to do going forward. If not, I'm going to declutter it, and probably also this one. If I find that I like it so much that I am willing to do that, I'm going to pan them when I'm done with the one I'm currently panning. For powders and stuff, I have my Mekka powder foundation. I have hit major pan on that. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it in September, but I might, we will see. Rimmel Stay Matte powder used to be a favourite of mine, haven't worn it in a while, so I need to see how I feel. I used to love this one. I was really into full coverage matte makeup. I'm more into medium coverage, lighter and more like dewy looking makeup at the moment, so I want to see how I feel about that. I might end up giving it away. Hourglass Diffuse Light Ambient powder is one of my favourites. I use this on top of the Fenty foundation to make it look wearable on me. And then I have a blush here from H&M, Pure Radiance Powder Blush in Coral. One of my favourites, and I love it. This is a stick cream blush from Mekka in Squeeze the Day. I really like it. I am adding a couple of other blushes. I have 3 smallish ones here. 2 from Mekka, the Mineral Matte Blush in Happy, which is like a peachy brown. And then I have Hush Pink, which is a bright blue toned pink. I usually don't like these kinds of blushes because I find that they just don't look that flattering on me, but this shade looks great, so I want to use these. I also have this one from Tarte in Quirky, the Amazonian blush. This was a birthday gift I think last year, and it looks like my kind of blush because it's this really pretty peachy colour, which are my favourite blush colours to wear. I have not used this though, so I do want to give that a go. I think that's everything. I'm going to rearrange here a little bit so that I can fit the eyeshadows better without everything falling over. I'm also adding in a powder highlighter. I have a highlighter palette here from Mekka, and I have my Hourglass face palette. I've been really liking this in August, so I want to continue playing with it. This has 2 powders, a bronzer, a highlighter and 2 blushes. On me this has 1 powder, 2 bronzers, a highlighter and 2 blushes. I really enjoy it. I like the formulations of the Hourglass powders, and that was very expensive, so I do want to use it. I do want to play with my Becca Vanilla Quartz highlighter. This is one of my favourites in terms of like a light gold that does not look too yellow on my skin. It's just the perfect tone. I'm also testing a loose powder this month. This is Mekka What's Cooking Good Looking Setting and Baking Powder in translucent one. My issue with this is that it's too dark for my skin, so it ends up darkening my foundation, and I don't like that. I am very pale, and most loose powders do end up looking too dark on me. I have one at the moment from Mekka that I like, which is the Luxury HD Powder in Angel Pink. It ends up being light enough without actually showing up pink on me, so I use that a little bit here and there. I'm going to see if I can use this in the same way, otherwise I'm going to have to let go of this because there's no point in me holding on to a powder that I'm never going to use. I'm not a big fan of loose powders because I find that they just remove coverage from me, so I need to see how I feel about that. And the only other thing I'm adding is 2 glosses. I'm going to give you a quick overview of this. I'm just going to introduce the glosses first. These are both from Tanya Bar. I have Pink Fondant, which is this sort of browny pink, and then I have Cranberry Melt, which is this red. I discovered in August something that I think I have known for a while, that I don't like super opaque glosses. This is a super opaque gloss, both of these are. I'm essentially giving them 1 shot this month to see if they are something I'm going to wear. If the answer is no, I'm decluttering both of them. What is already in here is I have my favourite nude, which is Isadora Sculpting Lipstick in Bare Beige. It is my perfect nude. It's slightly like grey toned and it just works really well for me. I have two Fenty Stellar Lip Paints. I have Uncensored, which is the red one. I love this. And then I have Underdog, which is this sort of berry colour. I have actually not opened this yet, but I want to because I want to wear that colour this month because I love it paired with a really warm eye look. I have three of these Marc Jacobs Le Marc Liquid Lip Crayons. I have Plum and Get It, which is a plum. I have Ready to Go, which is a red. And then I have Night Mauve, which is a mauve. I really like the formulation of these. They are long wearing, super easy to apply and really pretty on the lips. I have two Fenty Mademoiselle lipsticks. I have Single, which is a nude. It's a little bit more peachy and a bit darker than the one from Isadora. And then I have one of my favourite lipsticks of all time, Freckle Fiesta. This is, to me, the perfect autumnal colour. It's this really pretty burnt orangey brown. I love it. I'm gonna wear it a lot, I think. I have two Urban Decay lipsticks. I have Heroine, which is probably the outlier here because it is a bright dark blue. I love it. It's really pretty on the lips. And I don't mind wearing blue lips. It does not make my teeth look great, but I think it's a fun colour to wear because it is a little bit different from my normal like darker purples and stuff. I have a 1993, which is a really pretty cool toned brown. I have three NYX liquid suedes. I have Peanut Brittle, which is probably another one of my favourite autumnal shades. It's this really pretty browny orange, very similar to Freckle Fiesta, just a little bit lighter and less orange. I do love that. I have Starstruck, which looks like it would be a pink, is actually a red on me. It ends up reading a red on my lips even though it looks pink in the swatches. And then I have Soft Spoken, which is one of my favourite brown lipsticks. I just love it a lot. And then the other ones in here are my Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. These are brilliant. I have Velvet Ribbon, which is a blue toned red. These are absolutely gorgeous on the lips. I almost said eyes here. Velvet Morning is more of an orangey red, or a red orange, depending on how you look at it. Velvet Jazz is a really pretty deep red. And then I have Velvet Fawn, which is another one of my favourite nudes. It's just a little bit deeper than Isadora. I really like them. They are really comfortable, really pretty. And now to actually try and organise this mess. I think this is as nicely organised as I'm going to be able to get this. I do hope to finish some of these this month. I hope to finish my NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I hope to finish... What else was I going to say there? I completely lost my train of thought. The NYX Micro Brow Pencil is at least one I want done. I also hope to get some progress on my two concealers down here, the Smashbox Primer Water, maybe even on the primers. And then I do anticipate the two glosses being decluttered, but I want to give them a shot first. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you see any products in here that you have used, tell me what you think of them down in the comments below. And I will see you again soon. Bye!